I am Caroline May Ramirez, and you can call me Ginger. And this is an open letter to my 20-something self. Dear Ginger, many people have told you that you are the hope of the future. The world's progress is in your hands. The growth of innovation hinge on your creativity, and the solutions to the world's problems within your reach. You are young, carefree, and with as much idealism any girl could have. And truly, the world is your playground. You believe that you can change the world and, like a superhero, save lives, prevent war, avoid illness, eradicate poverty. As early as high school, you were in communities, spending time with the elderly and visiting women in prison. During college, most of your Saturday afternoons were spent playing with children in the biggest slum in the Philippines. Your days were spent not just in the classrooms, but with organizations that taught street children, conducted play therapy with cancer patients, visited abused kids in orphanages. You believed then that with so many good people around you, you had absolutely no reason to lose hope in mankind. That's why after college, armed with the highest levels of idealism, you, Ginger, will volunteer for a year and you will open your life to a nonprofit organization in one of the poorest provinces in the country. Here you will see the true colors of poverty, one that takes root in deep social injustice, one that even deepened your fervor to devote your life in the service of the marginalized. But at some point, the same voices that told you that you could live out this idealism will be the same voices to discourage you, to tell you to choose what's practical, to think about your future, consider your needs to live a life of comfort. They will whisper that these problems of society can never be solved, disguised as some message to just take care of yourself and let the world worry about the others. However, do not lose heart. One thing I have learned is that sometimes we have a limited understanding of idealism. Some people will tell you that you should not be idealistic, but instead, you should be realistic and practical. But my dear, the opposite of being idealistic is not being realistic. Your heart will tell you that the opposite of idealism is mediocrity. Idealism is upholding and embodying a deep core value, excellence, perfection, hope. Hence, anything less than this standard is settling for the person you do not want to become. So, my dear Ginger, I urge you, take heart. You will be part of a global fellowship program that will broaden your perspective and grow your idealism and passion. So please allow me to help you keep the fire burning and share 3 pieces of advice I learned this year. 1, please continue to dream. But I beg you, dream not only for yourself, but have dreams big enough to include other people. Instead of simply expending energy to achieve your dreams, find ways to expand yourself for other people. You will meet this lovely lady named Zuleika, who saved her own money and contributed to donating land for a local cooperative in her hometown. You should see her beam when she talks about this community she loves. The dedication she has for providing these people a safe space to live and thrive is simply inspiring. There's also Scott, a family physician who has devoted his career to making transgender youth feel safe, heard, honored, and valued. You should witness him talk about these kids with pride when they're able to embrace their identity. It feels like a proudest moment any parent could have. And I'm sure for these youth, his presence has been life-changing. And there's Fitz, a role model for health professionals, who's devoted a good part of his life moving institutions and creating structures that will improve minorities' access to health and address disparities in medical education. You will meet him and be assured that the fight for social justice may be long and difficult, but extremely worth it. So hold on to that value, that standard, and strive to make it real for others around you. Because other people around you deserve to live in the same ideal that you seek to pursue. When you dream for yourself, you can be successful. But when you dream big enough to include others, oh, you can move mountains. You can change lives. 2, please anticipate that this idealism will break you. It will smash you into a million little pieces, but this will not simply break you, but break you open and to allow light to enter. We have been broken many times over. You were too little to recall the events of sexual abuse, but old enough to feel wounds seen and unseen, fear, pain, abandonment, loneliness. We were betrayed by people we trust, harsh words and actions that pierce the most fragile of hearts. And love, yes, love will break us too. Heartbreak as a way of breaking us that leaves us lost and empty. Regardless of when, who, and how, true heartbreak never leaves one unscathed. But all of these experiences that break you also break you open and free. The childhood trauma will teach you to be strong, to find solace in faith, family, and friends. Betrayal will teach you that hurt people, but you have the freedom to choose to hurt them back or respect them. And heartbreak will teach you that while at times love sucks, it's true that what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Having been broken open, I have been taught that our brokenness, our vulnerability, allows others to see our true selves, imperfections, weaknesses, and all. True brokenness will become our strength, and this vulnerability will teach us to be compassionate and will purify the deepest desires of our hearts. Brokenness will teach us that we do not have to be perfect. All we need is to be good, to move forward, to trust, and to bounce back. So do not be afraid of pain, struggle, and suffering. The most beautiful lotus flower blooms in the thickest mud. Only in the most intense heat and pressure does the diamond emerge. If you feel hopeless and helpless, always remember that there was nothing in the caterpillar that hinted that it was going to be a butterfly. And lastly, let your idealism be moved by love. For the longest time, my ideals were driven by anger and fear. I wanted to devote my life to improving health access to the most vulnerable because it was my way to fight the structural and social evils of the world. Don't be like me, because anger and fear, they have the power to deplete you. Instead, let your life be an outpouring of love. Love that you wish you had. Love that you have been given. Love that you can only dream of. Because love is the only ideal that will rise above all struggles, all wounds, all self-doubt. The only sustainable way you can truly be idealistic is to allow yourself to be moved by love. And please, don't forget to open yourself to love as well. This year for me has been a lesson to receive wholehearted love. That kind word of affirmation from Gwen, a supportive companionship from Sarah, a good long cry with a warm hug from Fonzie, and the listening ear from Mommy and Daddy. This year was all about receiving the love life had to offer. Because allowing ourselves to be loved is our reminder that we are not alone. That this fight for values greater than ourselves is a shared response. And there is a community always ready to welcome us home. So to you, my dear younger Ginger, I do believe that you can change the world and save lives, prevent war, illness, eradicate poverty. But remember that you do not need superpowers to save the world. All you need is to be steadfast in that idealism, to dream big enough to include others, to embrace brokenness, and to allow yourself to love and be loved. And one day, we shall all see the world to be a better and more just place. Thank you.